I can't believe it, guys. I can't believe it. These guys will not let me sleep. Update, 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 update. Late night updates. I mean, we're here in U.S. It's about 10:30 p.m. right now, and Fabrizio. First of all, he had dropped a little, cryptic tweet that pretty much gave us the hint, and then he, went on ahead and confirmed that Spurs has really had a bid that's been accepted by Leipzig in the amount of 60 million euros. That's roughly about 52 million pounds. They are turning the bid to Leipzig. Leipzig said yes. So the only hang up right now is Spurs agreeing on personal terms with Xavi Siemens, which again they put in the bid based on quote unquote and encouragement from the player Siemens. So now as it is right now, right? I mean, at some point in time, Chelsea, this same Fabrizio said that Chelsea had an 85% chance of signing Simmons. Obviously, that 85% has dwindled down to like less than 10%, whereas Spurs they had 0% chance of signing Simmons not too long ago, literally only days ago. Now they're right around 95% through. The only remaining 5% is Spurs, convincing Simmons to accept whatever salary terms that they're willing to offer. I mean, I don't obviously. I mean, Spurs is a big Premier League team. They're also playing in the Champions League. So, in terms of salary, that's not going to be an issue between Spurs and Simmons, right? So, I mean, they can more than comfortably afford his wage demands. The only question mark, and that's why I have it at a bare 5% chance for Chelsea to come back in this deal. The only question mark is whether or how long, even though it's not that much time, it's really hours that we're talking about. How many hours is Simmons willing to sit put, in order to for Chelsea to counter or to respond to Spurs' bid, a 52 million pound bid. Clearly, the 52 million pound bid shouldn't be a sticking point for a Chelsea ordinarily, right? But for the fact that this window is a little bit tricky because due to the UEFA sanctions that we have this window from obviously breaking the FFP rules. So those are part of the sanctions required us to basically balance outgoing players from our list A with fees, in other words, to balance fees from players that we sell to use that same fee to cover the incoming player in list A. Now, I mean, I see a lot of fans jumping up and down about Garnacho, but Garnacho, notwithstanding Garnacho is in list A, but he's in a different category in list A. He's in the homegrown category, whereas Simmons is in the non homegrown. He's in the international players, which is, I believe, the limit there is 17 players. So he will be taking a slot from. Obviously, we just sold Nkunku, so that freed up a slot, but we're only able to sell him for 35 million, and you know the sticking point must be from the fact that we haven't been able to sell Jackson, right? And then it all then boils down to the loan fee or the structure of the deal. Like if we're able to get a loan deal that's confirmed, some kind of loan with an obligation to buy deal that is confirmed, and that would then be sanctioned by UEFA, because they still have to sanction how much of that deal that we can then include in terms of money wise to meet the requirements that allow us to then buy Simmons. So it's not as straightforward right now. I mean, so for instance, if we only are receiving 35 million pounds from Nkunku, let's just say that's what we're going to be receiving. Then to balance it out, just to give you an idea of how this is, should work. Not saying that's exactly how it works, but just to make it simple. To balance it out, then we will need an additional 17 million pounds from the proceeds of Jackson's deal. Now, if Jackson is only going on a 10 million pound loan fee, right? You can see that we are still kind of short. We are still kind of short. So and by the way, unless I'm missing something, the Jackson deal is not yet done. So that's a deal that's kind of still hanging in the air. It's gonna get done at some point in time, and so regardless of when it gets done, obviously it's going to have in terms of restriction for us as to the amount that we can bid on a player. And I think that's part of the reason why, as it is right now, we're not able to match the 52 million pound bid, which, right, it sounds crazy because clearly we have 52 million pounds, but it's just the consequence, right? Is the consequence that we are paying for of our FFP violations, which really was due to which occurred under Roman, not really under this group. These are violations that occurred under during the tenure of Roman. And we're able to work out a deal where we paid a small fee of around 20 or 30 million pounds. And then we had to also agree on balancing our squad for this summer. So that's where we are. And that is right now why it's kind of rough for Chelsea to see if they can match Spurs' offer. And in the time being, Simmons is not willing to wait any longer, and there's you can't blame him. There's literally only like 2 days left. It's only 2 days. I mean, this window's it's pretty much almost closed. So the player wants to move and start playing ball. So it appears right now that he's pretty much on his way to Spurs. And there's not much that we are going to be able to do unless there's some kind of miracle over the next few hours, and Bayern agrees to buy Jackson on a permanent deal or some kind of sweetheart loan with obligation to buy a deal that allows us to recognize a big chunk of that fee up front. Well, that's all I have. How do you all feel? Like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. Good night, guys. Peace.